It's not often in college football that you see a team completely remodel a position group during an off-season. But that's the world we're living in with Colorado's wide receiver room.
Did you fight? And are you really prepared for this? Everybody wants to be the man until it's time to be the man. Today is it.
Colorado's head coach Shedeur Sanders has accomplished a complete makeover with a ton of 4- and 5-star wide receivers, joining forces with quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Based on the offenses that were run at Jackson State and Kent State, the latter of which being where offensive coordinator Sean Lewis came from, Colorado's base look will most likely be out of the gun with at least 3 wideouts on the field at all times. If that's the case, Colorado's fans will need to learn a lot of new names as the coaches will be utilizing a wide array of wide receivers. So let's review some new faces and placements of the wide receivers for the 2023 season. Colorado's starting ex-wide receiver Javon Antonio. The ex-receiver is typically lined up on the line of scrimmage and faces a jam on the snap of the ball. Standing at 6'4" and 220 pounds, Antonio is a massive wide receiver who has caught the eyes of many since arriving in Boulder. He will face competition, but Antonio should be used as a jump ball option in the red zone and as a downfield option. The starting wide receiver is no other than Jimmy Horn Jr. The wide receiver works out of the slot and must be able to move quickly in tight situations. This spot screams Jimmy Horn Jr. The former USF Bull was a huge transfer portal pickup, and he has impressed us so far working with Shedeur Sanders. With his great inline speed and more moves than a bowl of jello, Horn should get touches all over the field for Colorado next season. The starting Z wide receiver is our two-way player, Travis Hunter. Hunter will get some downtime because he'll be playing both ways. But the former Jackson State Tiger will be on the field when the starters break the huddle. Hunter will most likely play the Z position, which allows him to play off the line and gives him space to get moving down the field. Colorado will take advantage of his speed and take some shots downfield to loosen up the defense for the running game. Colorado's backup wide receivers are as follows. At number 1, we have Xavier Weaver. It is predicted that Weaver will be first up when Colorado goes to 4 wide receivers or when someone needs a break. Weaver is an impressive route runner who will create space with his precise footwork and speed. Coming from USF, Weaver led the Bulls in receiving last season and will see his fair share of balls coming his way, especially in third down situations. At number 2, we have Jalen Ellis. Ellis is another tall wide receiver standing at 6'3" and 184 pounds who gives the Buffaloes another deep threat or red zone option that can bully the smaller DBs. At number 3, we have Willie Gaines. Gaines comes from Jackson State and will have a leg up on the competition when it comes to building chemistry with Shedeur Sanders. He's another smaller but lightning quick receiver. Gaines will blow the lid off the defense while helping out as an option in the return game. At number 4, we have Caleb Mathis. Mathis has looked great since joining the team as a walk-on in December. He walked the slot position during the spring game and kept the chains moving while working the underneath routes for the offense. Colorado has a wide array of receivers in the program. At least in recent history, 4-star talents doesn't take a redshirt year with the Buffaloes. However, the Buffaloes have 2 such incoming freshmen who may be redshirting, Omarion Miller and Adam Hopkins. Both players could still fly up the depth chart once they join the fray in fall camp though. Colorado also added speed and size from the 3-star ranks in Jordan Onavoke, Jacob Page, Assad Wesson, and Isaiah Harge. All of these players will be in line for redshirt seasons unless they explode in fall camp. Auburn transfer Tavarish Dawson is another smaller athlete with great speed who will have to earn playing time returning kicks and on offense. And in recruiting news, 5-star cornerback Charles Lester has set his commitment date. Lester is down to just a few schools. He announced his commitment date on social media on Friday. He will be picking between Florida State, Alabama, and Colorado on July 28th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Per 24/7 Sports Composite, he is listed as the number 2 cornerback and the number 4 prospect out of the state of Florida in the class of 2024. He comes in at 6'1" and 171 pounds out of Venice, Florida. Last season for the Rams, Lester picked off 5 passes and caught 34 passes for over 340 yards on offense at receiver. 4-star prospect Derek McFall is just about ready to announce his college commitment, revealing that he will give his pledge to either Colorado, Washington, or UCLA on August the 4th. The class of 2024 running back slot receiver told On3 that those 3 schools have stayed the most loyal to him throughout his recruiting process. Listed at 5'10" and 175 pounds, the Pac-12 bound McFall is the number 48 ranked prospect in Texas and the number 24 athlete for the 2024 class. Colorado currently has a lot of wide receivers in the room, and some are more talented than others. I'm not understanding why Xavier Weaver left USF, where he was the star wide receiver, to come to Colorado and ride the bench. He should be a starting player. Now, I do understand they want Travis Hunter on the field, but I really think Travis Hunter needs to give up that spot and go back to being a cornerback. Now, like I told you guys before, I haven't played a lick of football in my life, but the numbers don't lie. Xavier Weaver's numbers were way better than Jimmy Horn Jr.'s were, but I know Jimmy Horn Jr. is the fan favorite because he's been there the longest and he's the most familiar face that we know. Now, I don't know if you know, but this is Weaver's last year. So why would you want to transfer somewhere and sit the bench? Now, another question I want to pose to you is why would they redshirt Omarion Miller? He's been really showing out in practice. Now, you know I may be wrong for that because we're only going by the bits and pieces that we receive from well-off media. So let me go ahead and take that one back. So go ahead down below and tell me what you think. What do you think about the starting receivers, the X, Y, and Z? Now, I do want to add I'm proud of Javon Antonio because he literally came to Colorado and he did what he was supposed to do. He got the job done. He got a starting position. And do you think one of the backup players should actually be starting? And finally, let's talk about the 2024 recruits. Do you think Charles Lester is going to commit to Colorado this week, guys? So I'm going to stay tuned and I'm going to let you guys know what choice he decides to make. For Coach Deion to snag Travis Hunter, then Carmani McClain, and then if he snags Charles Lester, it's going to be amazing. He may get a bonus for that one. And I also think McFall would be a great addition to the team. But we'll have to wait till August the 4th for his announcement. So go ahead down below and let me know your thoughts. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And you know something, guys? I always forget to say this, but I always think about it when I actually cut the computer off. Don't forget to cut your notifications on. This is Her Ticket. Till next time.